Hello Cancer, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morky over here, and we are here bringing you your reading for the next 10 days. I'm switching things up a little. Instead of certain time stamps, we're just going to do readings every 10 days for you, and I feel like this will help me have more frequency for you and more flow. So we're trying something new. So today we'll be pulling a card for your overall energy. We'll take a look at your energy, the energy connected to you, and then how those energies mingle and dance in the middle. We'll close it off with an oracle card for the Cancerian collective. Keep in mind, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. If you do want to get more context and texture, look for your sun, moon, north node, and rising placements, and check those readings, because oftentimes those can reveal a different interpretation or information for you. Also, check out the description below, and that's where you will find links to booking a reading with me or connecting with me on social media. So lots of good stuff. Check out the description and let's get started. We'll get your overall energy from the Whispers of Aloha Oracle. All right. Cancer, you got the number 15 card as your overall energy, so take the numerology for what it is. Partnership with the divine, a date with spiritual renewal. Partnership with the divine, a date for spiritual renewal. Cancer, now might be a good time for you to take yourself on a little date, just you with you, just having some time in nature or some place that you feel really connected. That seems to be nourishing energy for you, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on in this connection here. Could there be a divine connection? Let's find out. On your side, you get the Three of Cups, the Strength card, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so from a perspective of socialization and getting out and talking with people and being social, you know, just enjoying yourself, that's looking really good. But something is going on here that's causing you to have to maybe be strong, and be strong even when you don't feel strong. So I don't know if maybe you're feeling like you're having this spiritual kind of deepening within yourself, and therefore some of your contacts and relationships and your social encounters, you're starting to maybe sense a facade there, or you're going through, you know, your Rolodex of everyone you know, and you're looking at, okay, what relationships nourish me and are coming with me in this deeper spiritual path work that I have going on, and which ones can I leave behind? So you could be doing a review of that. For the other person, they get the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. This person definitely is planning something. What I am a little concerned about with them is that I think whatever they're planning to do, even if it's a movement toward you perhaps, is that they're resisting something natural. Now, this could be one of the people that you're looking at and thinking, well, how authentic is this relationship? Is this person willing to go deep? Because at times they seem very closed off and shielded, or at times they just might be moving slower than the pace that I'm at. And there's no judgment there. It just may be a different pace of moving through certain things. In the middle of the connection, the two of you get the Nine of Wands and the High Priestess. I really feel like that Nine of Wands energy, it's a very cautious energy, is kind of being projected from the other person. They could have shields up, they could have walls up, which is very interesting. Cancer, we know how to shut down, we know how to crawl in our shell and put those walls up, but I feel like in this case it's coming from the other person. But we have the High Priestess here, so there's more of that, what I would consider the spiritual wisdom coming in, that's more aligned with that overall energy and partnering up with the divine. Let's get some clarifiers so we can see what else might be going on here. Let's look at this Three of Cups for you, Cancer. What is going on with this Three of Cups? The Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay, this is nice energy here. I feel like if you are, let's say you're out and you're, you know, a bit extroverted, or you're in your extroverted mode, and you're encountering other people in a social setting, you have a really good perspective on who you might take relationships further with. You're really trusting your intuition on this. In fact, it seems like a primary focus for you right now. Whereas maybe intimate partnership, even if you are in a relationship, may not be focused. You may be focused on networking or getting together with other people. For some of you, that would be in person, so making in-person connections. Because this really gives you a read of what's going on with other people, and you're working on trusting your intuition with that. Like I said, this is a review to make sure that as you move forward, you're bringing with you relationships that are filling both cups, yours and theirs. There may be some history with being taken advantage of, and that could be the reason you're being careful and really learning to trust your intuition. However, I don't feel like this is an inexperienced energy for you. I feel like you're fully capable of this. For the Strength card, you get the 8 of Wands and the Fool. A lot of you are launching into some sort of new beginning, it could be a phase, it could be a project, it could be a cycle. There is a bit of a tentative kind of feeling with this particular Fool that's coming up. Normally the Fool is just kind of moving forward casually, maybe not even paying attention to their surroundings. But in this case, I get the tentative feeling from you. There could be a fear inside where you're worried about making a mistake or a misstep here. And so even though your energy is moving quickly towards this spiritual deepening and this activation with the divine and what you know to be, what I want to say is like your inner God force and your connection to that. I don't particularly, for me, use the word God, but I don't have a problem because I think you understand what I'm talking about. This is like your connection to all of creation, to something higher, to something greater, and not from a hierarchical perspective, but from the perspective of being connected to the universe and the wholeness of the universe. So that's really coming in for you, but there's kind of this tentativeness. It could feel like a lot, and you're like, whoa, universe, just, let's get a pressure valve on this. Give me a little bit at a time. Let's look at this 9 of Swords, because this is an energy that might have you a bit stressed out. Okay, now in this case, I'm going to say this has to do with this other person here. You're stressed out. Something's keeping you up at night. You've got the 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. Things seem out of balance in this relationship with this other person right now. There seems to be conflict that leaves you feeling a bit sad and depressed. I'm also sensing a bit of anger underneath the surface for some of you. So there might be a little bit of anger / shadow work, time to spend, and maybe, as we look at the partnership with the divine and a date with spiritual renewal and really dating yourself, because this has been coming up as a mode of self-care for people. This is an important time for you to do that because you are having something here that needs to be resolved. It's kind of causing you to experience bump after bump after bump, but it's something coming from within you. And I think you're connecting in with the higher force, with how it illuminates and ignites you is going to help clear some of that out. And I think it's stimulated or activated by your relationship to this other person. Now let's look at this 3 of Wands for them. This is them kind of more in a standstill planning mode, scoping things out. They get the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. They're really going through some sort of inner conflict. In fact, you could be looking at this person thinking, wow, I just don't know if they have the willingness to open up to their spiritual depths in the way that I'm experiencing the energy. And so when you or the universe tries to offer this person, and this could even be a family member, it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, when you try to offer just loving, and I'm not going to call it advice, but information, let's say loving information, it always ends up in a conflict. And they're kind of on the lookout for maybe an argument or maybe getting into something, you know, with people. Like, I feel like this is a habit for them in their life, or like just something that they do. They kind of get into things with people. Maybe they're kind of resistant for the sake of being resistant. Let's look at this Seven of Wands. Speaking of resistant, there's that Knight of Pentacles again and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. Whew. This person definitely is conflicted internally, and I think that's why you're seeing them be closed off and possibly even snippy or snarky, or they push back, or they... It's almost like I get from them, there's these kind of like unwilling little temper tantrum that they have when anyone challenges them with something new or something greater or something spiritual. And it's because they have like a cognitive dissonance within. The Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords are at odds within them. One is moving very fast, like that would be the universal energies trying to come in and help them understand that there's more to things. And then the Knight of Pentacles is more like, well, I need to study it more, or I need to sit down. They're having trouble like getting into the experiential experience of things, like the tangible, palpable experience of things within themselves. They could have some sort of disconnect within their body, and their physical health might be affected right now. Possibly that could be the case for some people. And I'm also getting, you know, possibly like a parasite infection in their body might be exacerbating some of this. For the Knight of Pentacles, they get the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is a little bit fresher energy moved in. This is an illumination of them understanding that love is around them, that these energies of the divine are ever present, these universal energies. You can ignore them. Certainly you can ignore them, you can push them away, you can knock them down, you can close the door on them, but they're learning to work at opening here to that. I think it's going to take this person some time. I think it's going to take them some time. And I think because of your relationship to them, that's what's stimulated you to kind of do a review of all your relationships, because you want to be sure as you move forward that you have a good inner support circle. So to me, this energy feels like it could be a parent that's really stuck in their ways, or, you know, a family member, a sibling, perhaps. It could be a partner. And if that is the case, it's looking like the two of you are really working through these energies here. If it's like a parent or someone that you only encounter once in a while, it might be a little bit easier to tolerate, because you're kind of living your own lives at the same time. Whew, yeah, and I just got like a heat wave come over me. I am perimenopausal, so I get hot flashes, but this feels like energetic because it's honestly feeling quite cool in here. So there's a lot of energy, and there's a lot bouncing around here in this relationship, and the importance of it because of the connection to the divine. For the Nine of Wands, you're bringing in the energy of the Temperance card, which is nice. That means you might have patience with this person, especially if you're not together all the time and you have some space from them, because you love them and you're embracing that they have their own path, their own spiritual path to follow, and it may not go at the same pace as yours. It may not go in the same direction. They're bringing in the energy of the Hanged Man. At times, they get stuck in their own resistance, and this kind of blinds them. But on the other hand, they have that Knight of Swords coming in, and kind of this inner conflict where there's a deeper, greater part of this person that would like to look at things differently. They just kind of struggle to do that. You definitely challenge them in the way that you are sparking that. You're like touching the nerve on that cognitive dissonance that they have. And it really is about, this reading is all about spiritual renewal for you, spiritual awakening for them, greater knowledge and wisdom, more than what we can just pick up with the basic senses, right? This is tuning into things that maybe can't be seen with the naked eye. And it's just, you know, some people struggle with that and they really resist. Or for some people, it's just not part of their life path to explore that. So that may be the case too. And you may be in the energy of looking to just kind of let go and let the universe move in its natural rhythms with this person. For the High Priestess, you get the Six of Swords. I do feel like you're very patient with this person. You want calmer energies when it comes to addressing this person. You may be aware that if you press them too hard, they resist and they stop. And they bring in the energy of the Nine of Cups. They're definitely someone who they'll warm up more if you pay them a compliment. It's like they need to be acknowledged, possibly even verbally here, on their achievements. So if there's something like, let's say they keep their house nice, complimenting them on that, you know, they like that. That begins to fill the cup of their spiritual awakening. Whereas like they're still resistant, they still are they have their arms crossed like this. They're not fully open, but it begins to fill the cups. It's like they need the real world acknowledgement. And then once those cups kind of fill up in the real world, then they'll begin to experience this. For some of you, this is the kind of energy where you're looking at this and you're looking at it like, okay, especially if this is an elder person in your life, like a parent or someone like that that's been a big part of your life. You're like, are they going to realize this? Are they going to have this experience before they pass away into their next incarnation or next place that they go? And there's some unknown there. And I think what it comes down to is you looking at your own fear that you won't accomplish your spiritual journey in this lifetime. I think they're reflecting that to you. That of course is their path and their journey. So this is really focusing back on yourself and thinking, why would you be afraid? Why would you be afraid that you're not going to do all the things you need to do or end up where you need to be this lifetime and have the achievements you need to have? It could be because you're just so sensitive and intuitive about the pressures and the quickening of the energies and the increase in the frequencies that are going on right now. And so you taking that date for spiritual renewal to kind of just surrender into those universal energies, into Creator, into God, however you work with that energy, is going to be really important. All right, Cancer, let's get a card for the Cancerian Collective to close off your reading today. These cards are the Elemental Oracle. Really cool cards. Cancer, you got the number 40 cards, Atom, Building. Everything is connected by the same building blocks of matter. You are electric and vibrating and in motion. Being stagnant in your beliefs and growth is unnatural. Building and changing is natural. There is room for infinite variety. Okay, so Cancer, in this reading, you're seeing the stagnation in this other person that's connected to you, while at the same time you're experiencing these building blocks of growth. And that's where your conflict comes in, because it's difficult to feel so good about your growth and your spirituality and then have someone that's been a significant part of your life not open up to that. But it's also about understanding that everybody approaches these cycles and these opportunities differently. Cancer, thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see you next time.